to stop. Yeah, and if you don't like it, you better take your ass up to the snooty box, because this is the loud spot. Okay, see you later.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Loud Spot. I'm your host, Sebastian, out of Oklahoma City. We got our co-host here tonight, Miss Ava Gore. How are you doing tonight? Been a little bit.
Yeah, I'm doing well.
Good. All right. I'm happy you're doing well. And we have the band Emperors and Angels because they are both emperors and angels themselves. Out of Illinois, what's going on, fellas?
I'm the angel.
Cheers, man.
Hey,
I do nothing wrong.
I'll cheers to that. I got a new koozie from a band called Saving Jackie, so I'll cheers you guys.
Beautiful.
You're just asking for free merch.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do.
Well played.
So the band started in just last year, right?
Yeah. I mean, we've all known each other for years, and we were kind of in between projects, and just thought, why don't we just do something all as collectively as a group and see what happens? And
We just wanted to make some noise, and we've made a lot of it so far.
that's it.
Yeah. I do want to say when I talked about the merch, Sam, my producer, says no one cares, Sebastian. So apparently nobody cares. So what made you decide to get a band started during a pandemic? Were you guys in all other bands that kind of split up, or what's the story behind that?
Well, so the thought about the band happened before the pandemic.
Okay.
So we didn't even know what COVID was. That wasn't even a thought in anybody's mind. So unfortunately, the impact hit, when things were really starting to just kind of happen for us. And then we had to slow down, rethink things. And, so obviously that slowed a lot of people up, but we're back. So we're happy and we're, let's move forward,
Yeah.
Go ahead, David.
I saw that your next show is July 10th. Is that your first show since all of this stuff
No,
happened?
no. It's our first show.
Okay, your first show ever. Okay. That's exciting.
Well, we had other opportunities happening, before the pandemic, and all those, everything just got canceled, white clean. So this is our new beginning.
Awesome.
That's awesome. So the band, so you guys, I guess, you grew up together, playing music, going to high school together. What's the background story of the friendship with the band?
The music scene, right? The local music
local
scene.
music scene. We've all been in local bands for years, and been in various bands. Like a couple members have played with one band, and these two guys played with another band together, and we just kind of knew each other through the scene, and it just stars aligned here about a year ago, and we just all collectively hooked up.
That's awesome. How many songs? You guys been kind of busy then, because I've seen a few music videos maybe on YouTube. Is it just how many songs have you released since the band started?
Well, we had some B releases where we were just kind of trying to find some traction, trying to find a fan base, things like that. Those are all gone now. For the most part, they're all gone. So, I mean, right now through the label, we've released 2 songs and an album.
Okay. Is this the first time anyone in the band has been signed to a label? That happened pretty quick, so I'm assuming you had some connections somehow, maybe.
There's always ties.
Yeah.
Right. That's right.
You can't go anywhere. You can't go anywhere without a tie.
No, you got to know somebody, right?
Yeah, you don't decide to make a band one day and get signed and release a record a year later. That doesn't happen.
What made you, and what record label did you guys sign with?
It's called Curtain Call Records.
Okay. And what made you decide to go with that record label? And were there other record labels talking to you? And why did you go ahead and sign with the record label? Like the benefits of being signed. I'm sure Ava you probably want to know all about that a little bit, huh?
Sure. I mean, solid distribution for one.
Okay.
It's hard to find. You can do a lot of things yourself these days, but solid major distribution, it's always a positive, because why, try to distribute your music, to no one, right? So, we had a team placed for us, put together. A big thing with any musician is owning your rights to your music. We own rights to our music, okay? That's huge. I've been bit on my butt many times for that in the past, and you know, the guys can have their own stories with that as well. I mean, we've played the industry card, you know, and you know, some cool things have happened, some really horrible things, you know, have come out of it, you know. So with Curtain Call, you know, they're more so a cheerleader. They really believe in what they're doing. Yet again, you know, the distribution is fantastic, but the work ethic, you know, is really cool. You know, everybody's really given their all to the project so far, and you know, I don't think we could be any happier.
Yeah, push for the band. They're always posting about the band, or you know, any kind of the interviews or write-ups, and it's just always positive. Every few days, there's always something going on. So marketing-wise, it's doing wonders.
Yeah, that's exciting.
That's a big deal.
Being signed, are you guys still self-producing your stuff?
Yeah, I think we're proud to be doing that too.
Yeah, I mean that's awesome.
It saves a lot of money, and that all happened during the pandemic too. Like, you know, we just decided, like, if we're going to move forward with this, if we're going to see any productivity out of this, you know, we kind of have to do something in camp. So that was all figured out, and I don't see any reason to change up what we're doing right now. So
yeah, Jason, what's your input? You're just kind of standing there. So you're kind of standing there looking at Matthew talking like kind of give him the eye a little bit. What's your insight?
You got to stand up just a little bit, show your bad.
He's the bass player, right? So
yeah, there you go.
They pretty much said what was on my mind about the record label situation anyway. But yeah, it is funny going back to like you guys were asking about how we all met each other through like the local scene. It's funny because me and Matt were in a band, what was it, 10, 15 years ago? 15 years ago. And before that, he was in another band with our drummer.
We're still in our 20s, by the way. We're still in our 20s, by the way.
We were teenies. And then I've been in a couple bands with a guitar player before this started up. So yeah, we've our roots have been together for quite some time. And then it finally just came together naturally when we all got together in a room. So
and he's working tonight. He's tracking bass.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, you guys in the studio? It's like a studio apartment you have there.
This is a basement to a home.
Okay.
You know, but this is the studio. So the live room's behind you. I'm actually standing halfway into the bathroom.
Yes, I'll let you the
Guitar World's right over here where but the door's closed, and
this is the brightest light in the whole studio.
This is what we can find.
Yeah.
It's pretty dark and dungeony down here.
So what's it looking like as far as, I know you guys said you're playing a show in July, right? Is that part of a tour or is that just like a single show?
It's a one-off. You know, it's going to be our first live show. We're ready for it. We're amped. We're ready to get on stage and kick some butt, really.
Yeah.
You know, but we don't have any crazy plans yet. We just finished the album. We just released the album. And we're working on a fun covers EP to back that up here to release next month and a half, 2 months.
Yeah. Go ahead.
With any of your other bands, did you guys tour at all?
Yeah, more Matthew than anybody, but we've all had, you know, stories and played all over the country.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool.
More than anybody, but we've all got a taste of that.
But they probably have the best stories because I try to forget.
Just the way to emphasize first show, you know, like I thought it was like.
Yeah, it's not everybody's first show. It's pretty sick. And then, like I said, we're ready to kick some butt.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
Are you guys, so when you say we're on a cover song, you're working on a song that's like just a cover song. Is that to familiarize the audience with your band when you do a live show?
Well, no, not necessarily. So we've released the record, and the record's actually done pretty well. I mean, we got numbers for like the first weekend, and I mean, thumbs up for that. And we're not going to gloat and talk about whatever. I mean, but it was cool. It was a good release, right? Now this covers EP, it'll probably only have 3.
Okay, cool.
They're 3. You know, let's not call them covers. They're rethought, they're remade, they're reimagined, which Reimagine will be the name of the EP.
Okay.
So they're just done our way, our thought process, our chaotic way of, you know, being happy with anything, and we're excited to share it for sure.
Yeah. Do you want to mention what those song names are? It's still kind of secretive.
Go ahead, dude.
Mhm.
Well, we can give you the band. So we got a band called Warlock. That has a song out.
Scandinavian band.
A little Scandal, right? And some Bon Jovi. But
Okay.
stuff, nothing that you would,
Don't forget about Patty Smythe.
That's what
That
I
was a scandal, man. Patty
Scandal.
Smythe and Scandal.
So
My bad.
my thought is, we'll do a show and in our set we'll have one cover. And that'll just be one of those fun songs in the set, and just get a good vibe going.
Kind of change it up every show, I think, is what the idea was, right?
Yeah, for sure. Have fun with it.
That's crazy that you guys have only been in band since like a year ago, and you already have music videos like "Signal the Brave." When did that song and video came out the same day, right?
It did.
It did actually, yes.
Yeah, February.
It sure did. Yeah, my one of our old friends, old bass player, actually shot the video, and it was at a warehouse that I work at, and we just use our resources, man, and do it on the cheap. And I thought he did a really, really good job with it. Turned out fun.
That's the thing about it is it's the smart way of going at things. I mean, you don't owe anybody money. If you're doing an independent, you're utilizing your avenues and your assets and the good people around you, that you've kind of created and harnessed, these relationships with. And that's kind of like with the current call and all that too.
Mm-hmm.
You keep everybody around you, you give them something to believe in and to want to represent. And that's all we can do.
Yeah, man. And you guys definitely have a hard rock sound. I wouldn't consider because I hear a lot of metal. It's definitely more like a kind of new metal, right?
A little flavor of that, Jason,
A little bit of sprinkle some of that on there. Sprinkle some new metal on it.
The rhythm section's more on the metal side, and it's a little tamer than what we played in the past.
Yeah.
But it correlates with what Matt does vocally, and the vocal. Where it's more about the vocal, of course, and then just the guitar riff, the hooks on the riffs, and the vocals. And that's really the focus point. Everything else kind of falls into place.
We're not really trying to capture one sound. I mean, when we come into the studio, and Bella comes in, he'll have just a bunch of riffs. The dude doesn't stop writing. He just riffs, and brings them in. And
he's not exaggerating.
No. And, we sift through, something that is going to kind of correlate and make sense with the direction we've taken thus far, and it's pretty chaotic and cool. And there's a lot of beer drank during that.
You got to sift through the riffs while you're drinking.
Sift through
Try saying that while you're drinking.
I think the second record right there.
Boom.
Let's have to pay somebody now.
Nah, you guys can have it. You guys can have it. I'll give you a freebie.
Did you hear that? I heard it.
Hey, it's live. It's live. It's going on YouTube.
Back it up. We got
Can we send you a koozie or something just for?
Yes, you can. I'll take one. As long as you send me your koozie, it'll be all right.
I like it.
Awesome.
Let's check out the song "Signal the Brave" right now on the show.
Right.
Here we go.
A fancy video.
Look at that television flickering.